but he was under predatory record contract where he owed the label 7 albums or 8 albums or something like that. It is I, the Poptimist, and today we have Ben Masterson. Ben, thank you so much for joining today.
Thank you.
We worked on a session earlier this year at Starbird Sound with Mike Fahey. You want to talk a little bit about that session and the songs that we did?
Yeah, Mike was awesome. You were awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I kind of came into that project not knowing anything, so you handled a lot for me.
Happy to help.
Yeah. No, it was a good time. Mike set us up with that day, and we recorded 2 songs. We had, 3 or 4 musicians? 4 other ones?
Yeah, so we had Colin Christensen on drums, Josh Norfleet on guitar, Ryan Romano on keys.
Organ.
Yep, and then I played bass, and then you sang and played acoustic guitar.
Yeah. It was a good time. I got those songs ready to go. I just got to upload them.
They came out great, man. I mean, not all sessions go that smoothly.
Yeah, I'm unaware of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought that was a standard.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's just like the thing that I try and do as a producer is to make it as smoothly and as effortless as possible. Like everybody that we were working with that day, from Mike to the musicians, they're very easy to work with.
Yeah.
And I always try to replicate that.
And the energy was great.
Yeah.
That's like,
it was fun.
Oh my gosh, dude. I didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
I didn't want to leave. I was gonna book another one, and I was like, let me hold off a second.
Yeah.
Let me hold off.
Yeah. Well, especially working with someone like Mike Fahey. I mean, he worked on all of the Stapleton records as the assistant engineer.
Man. And you could tell.
Yeah.
You can tell, because there's some studios you go to and you're like, we'll get there eventually. It's not the biggest deal. But when someone's so fast, I mean, he's going. He's efficient. He's an efficient dog, that man.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And it was a good hang. It was a good hang too. So that was amazing, man. I've been recording some stuff at home, and it's just not the same. It's just not the same.
Yeah, I mean, when you're working with someone like Mike, it is kind of other level. What he can do.
Is he still doing the Trey Anastasio stuff?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just saw something on him recently, and I thought of Mike.
Yeah, Mike. Dude, Mike is always working. Yeah, he's always in demand. Everybody loves him.
Yeah. I get it.
What is your songwriting process?
My songwriting process. It's sit there with the guitar and fail for like sometimes weeks, and I don't focus so much on the words per se at first. So if I'm sitting there with guitar, it's only melody that's important to me. How do you want to hear the song, or how do I want to hear the song? So it's which vocal shots are coming out. How do you ride that wave? And then eventually I turn that into like, okay, what am I trying to say here? So it's kind of this like backwards process, to be honest, because I need to hear what the song's going to sound like completely without real words even. So I'll just riff, and just make shit up.
Make it sound phonetically good first.
Phonetically good, yeah. The voice it's like a sax almost, so it's like, where am I going to go low and kind of, and where am I going to shoot it up high? So that's like the main thing. If I can get that figured out, then it's literally just grabbing my notebook and figuring out like, okay, I like this phrase, I like that, and just kind of chopping stuff up.
And seeing what works.
Yeah, I've been writing a little bit like on the forefront of getting the music done. But it comes back to the same thing where I'm like, there's too many syllables here. Like, I can care less about that line. It's got to match up for me in the song. Does that make sense?
Totally.
And this town does not do that. I've done a couple co-writes here, and it's a strictly word business. And I find like that's difficult for me.
How so? What do you mean by it's a word business?
Like, my favorite example is Earth, Wind, and Fire, September. I just don't know if that song could be written here, because you can't convince someone that like body is gonna work. It's all that is a vocal solo essentially at just these little parts. So I'm crazy into that stuff, like setting up the mood, the feeling. And I found, just doing these little co-writes that everything is GCD. And sometimes I'm like, there's got to be a little more to the sound of the song, and I know like we're just picking 1 chord, 2 chord, 3 chord, 4 chord, but the difference of, playing that A major 7 and starting it off with that, it just sends, what kind of words are we going to use? Does that make sense? Compared to just, here's the lyrics, here's the 1 chord, here's the 3 chord, and then we're going to go to the 5, and we'll do that, and then we'll do a change here. It's almost so organized, I feel like inadequate almost with it.
Well, it's a formula.
Yeah, it is a formula. I cannot find myself in that formula sometimes.
Well, that's because you're an artist.
I sit there in it and I try so hard, and I'm like, I'm going to learn the number system, and I just take forever too. So half the time I feel bad in these writing sessions, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'd rather just sit here on this one line until we get it, and if we don't, let's just not finish it.
Well, are they, when you're in these writing sessions, are they focused on, we're just going to move on, we're not going to focus on that line?
It's up in the air sometimes. I think, like, it depends who I'm writing with. If I write with one of my buddies, I can get a little more help from them in those moments. But I've done maybe 2 or 3 on, I guess, what you would call like a professional level. And I felt like I couldn't even get a word in because it's going so fast. These guys are just ripping lines and just throwing things out there, and, ooh, that's good, that's good, that's good. And then I found out, too, like, I don't know how I can write for anyone else other than myself. It's a weird thing, but you can put yourself in, like, anyone's shoes and hear their record and be like, okay, let's try and reach for that. But it usually comes out my way, my sound, and that, doesn't usually stick for everybody.
Well, you have a very distinct sound. You have very much like a 70s singer-songwriter kind of a vibe to you, and your voice is very unique.
Yeah.
So I feel like with Nashville, they often want, especially the Music Row kind of co-write situation, they want cookie cutter.
Yeah, well, dude, it messes me up, though, because the main thing I'm realizing after being out here for, some years now is I've missed out on the hangs and the relationships with these people because I just sit in my room and write. And I'm seeing other people kind of take off and, building relationships with all these people and these connections. And I'm like, man, I might have to go write some songs with some people just to let them know who I am.
Do you know Carson Bull? Are you familiar with him at all?
Mm-mm.
So he plays with Josh and Colin down on Broadway, and they're also in his original band. We'll talk about it after, but I'll connect you with him. He's a great songwriter.
Oh, really? Okay.
He's really fucking good.
Yeah.
You guys would get along.
Oh, nice.
And he's a great singer too.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But yeah, man, I've always felt like a square peg in a round hole in Nashville.
Mm-hmm. I just wrote that line the other day.
Really?
I was like, it's not original, but I like it.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes it gets a point across.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, I especially with all the different things that I do, because I'm not just a podcaster, not just a bass player, not just a producer. It's kind of hard to box me in, and I do not work within the
box.
Yeah.
I'm there with you, man.
Of Nashville at all. And there's so many great resources here. It's like we did that session, dude.
Yeah.
But that was an outside the box session.
Oh, yeah.
There's no outside influence from anyone.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, remember I told you guys, you were like, send me the demo. And I was like, I'm going to send it to you, but I don't want to send you it fully. Because I'd rather you not, I don't want you to show up and be like, well, here's what you sent me. Because I can only do so much. So it was like, here's a little snippet.
Yeah. Where you had some piano maybe laid in and like a guitar idea.
Yeah. And then by the time we get there, like, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, it will be figured out. It might take a minute, but I'm confident that we'll get there, So.
Yeah, well, it takes time. You got to let the process flow.
Oh, man, you do.
But in order for the process to flow, the energy has to be good. And you could have good energy and still the process might not flow that day.
Yeah.
That's just what part of it is. Because it was like, we were talking before we got started doing the podcast today, where I was giving you a tour of the studio and telling you about what we did. We're working on this project called Silent Screams right now, where I'm rescoring all of these old silent horror movies with my band Canada Duck Feet.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's cool so far. The first one we did, it was really great. We were getting a feel for it. The second one was not so good. And it was like I went into it overconfident the second time. It was like, we'll be able to replicate again what we did. And sometimes you can't.
Dude, you can't. And I think you have to be humble on some level to know, like, okay, we got to get to work. And we have to solve this puzzle at some point. You know, it's got to get solved. And that's why I think, like, the jams at the houses or the songwrites at the houses and those chill moments, like, you can take your time and have these, you know, days where you're like, let's just call it one. But, yeah, when you get in that studio, it really is like,
clock is ticking.
Clock is ticking, and people got to get paid. So it's real.
Yeah.
You know, it's super real. But, dude, that day, though, I felt totally fine getting one done.
Yeah.
You know, I was just like, this is great. I paid for an experience, and I'll do it. Like, I want to do it again.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's totally worth it, and it fills your soul, dude. When you walk out of there and you're like, oh my God, I have something. You know?
Well, it's the reason that we moved to Nashville was days like that.
Yeah, 100%, dude. And it's the most depressing driving back to your job after that. You're like, what the fuck? This is. And you're telling people, you don't even know what I just did.
Yeah.
You know? And out here, it doesn't mean shit.
Because everybody does
Everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing it. So then you got to really, like, move forward at putting the song out and marketing it and really playing that game.
Which is the hard part, dude.
Oh, man, dude. That's my struggle.
Yeah. It's like that for a lot of artists, though.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. I've heard that before, too. There's something about the process of getting it done that is way more important. Like, it is the main thing I enjoy out of all of it. And I know you're not supposed to enjoy everything, but yeah, that putting it on DistroKid and TuneCore and shit, like, it's so simple. They make it so simple, but in my brain, it's like, nah, you don't got it. Don't do it. The process was enough. You know, I'll sit there and listen to it, you know, randomly and be like, yeah, that was a great song.
Dude, there's been a couple of times where I've been driving around in my car and I'll just turn the songs on, or I'll see a friend or something like that. I'm like, yo, check out what we did.
That's usually what I do.
Yeah, and it's always so cool to be able to play them something that you're really proud of.
Oh man, yeah, and those are pretty much my, I don't even know if you want to call them fans. I'll just send the shit to my mom.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, yeah, working on this. Maybe a couple friends will be like, are you going to put this out? And I'm like, well, I'm sharing it with you.
Yeah.
You know, and
we're working on it. We're not there yet.
We're working on it. Yeah. Well, I'm doing all this other dumb shit.
Yeah, it's the toughest part of anything, I think, is the release, because then you can't control how something is received.
No, well, dude, honestly, I can care less how it's received, because you like it or you don't, you know. But to compete with other people releasing that, you know, have a fucking engine behind them, dude, that is the one thing that's like,
where they did apply the formula.
They did it, dude. And, you know, props to them, because they're getting paid, you know. In theory,
I mean, it's, if you look back on so much of music history, at least in the modern recording era, let's say since like the 50s or something like that, Elvis made a lot of money, but he had Colonel Tom Parker who took advantage of him, you know, pumped him full of drugs.
I saw the movies.
Yeah. And then you have bands like the Rolling Stones or artists like David Bowie. They really didn't make money until like the late 70s or the 80s, once they were already 15 years deep into their career.
That's wild.
And they signed big contracts. It was like Bowie didn't have money until Let's Dance. He was broke until then.
Was that the Philadelphia song?
No, so that was Young Americans.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was the one where he got a little bit funkier. But Let's Dance is the one that he did with Nile Rodgers, and it has Let's Dance on it. China Girl is another one.
Yeah.
Which is an Iggy Pop song.
Really?
He did that song originally with Iggy Pop. on one of Iggy Pop's solo records called The Idiot. And David Bowie completely reworked it and had Stevie Ray Vaughan play guitar on it.
That's right. He used to be his guitar player, right?
Well, he did. He like in the studio, he did that song.
Session
with him.
player only.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But it just goes to show you throughout time, though. There was so many of the artists back in the day that we really look up to and that we idolize who didn't make money. But there's artists. You hear about the Eagles. The Eagles fucking made money, dude. Like they made money.
I
yeah.
assume they did. Yeah.
Yeah. They were not broke, but they were cutthroat businessmen who played music. Or Kiss. Kiss is a perfect example, dude.
Yeah,
They're
professional as hell.
marketing geniuses. It's like, say what you will about Kiss or the Eagles or whatever. And then you look at John Fogerty from CCR. He just within the past like 3 to 5 years, he owns his catalog now. He didn't for a long time, dude, because he
What do
signed
you have to do? Do you buy that?
I don't know what that particular deal, what he did, but they gave up all of their masters in the beginning.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so it was for a long time. He didn't know any of the songs and he wasn't making any money. And he stopped doing music for like a 10-year period and became like a bad alcoholic.
Damn.
He released a couple of solo records. At the time, he went by like Blue Ridge Rangers, and he was doing like country standard covers. So he released that, and then I think he released one other solo album, but he was under like a predatory record contract where he owed the label like 7 albums or 8 albums or something like that. And he just kind of gave up for a long time. And then in the mid 80s, he did Center Field. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So once that was kind of like a big hit for him, it was kind of his comeback. And he got married and all this shit and kind of turned his life around. But it's interesting, you know, because his songs are so baked into the like public consciousness, like CCR, dude.
Just the voice too.
There's to me, like John Fogerty is the American fable, like the myth of what America is.
Oh, okay, I like that.
So many of his songs aren't really love songs. He doesn't really have any love songs. They're songs about the heartache of life, of being like a normal working person.
Put a candle in the window.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's good shit.
Yeah, but I've always loved
I wonder if he
CCR.
made money off Sync for that Center Field song. Because I remember that
probably,
was in, like, every
dude.
movie,
That's he. I'm sure he made money off of that because I think at that point he kind of like it was solo, so I don't know how that works, but compared to the band and like the contract he signed and all of that, but I think you go to any baseball stadium from the minor leagues all the way up to major league level. That song is played every single time.
Yeah, you're hearing it.
So you got to think just off that one song, he's made probably a ton of money.
So much.
It wouldn't surprise me if he's like, yeah, that's the song I like made the most money
Off that
on.
one.
Yeah.
Damn, the predatory label contracts. It's real.
He got sued too by his label whenever he released another solo record and did a song called Old Man Down the Road. And his label sued him because they said it sounded too much like Run Through the Jungle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. It was a whole thing. And I think eventually like he won the case, but it's so jacked up that he could get sued by his label
For his own shit.
Yeah, for his own stuff because they said it like how petty is that?
Yeah. Well, it's just money.
Yep.
That's it. All it is. It's crazy. Yeah, we had a little I had a little distro deal out here, and it was I forget what the terms were. It was like 5 years, 6 years or something like that. But it wasn't a record deal. So there was no records I needed to give. But it was basically I found out that just everyone had the same distro deal. Like I met so many people that had the same thing. And I would ask them, you know, what's your representation like? What's your how's it going for you? And it's like, yeah, it was the first couple, you know, months, they're on you. You know, you're like, oh, wow, look, they're really working with me. And then eventually it just, you know, kind of slides to the waist. And you're like, man, like, I get a little upset because I'm like, this is my life, dude. This is my life. So I need someone who's like really willing to step in and help me. Like I think that would be the point of any music, a relationship agreement is like, well, how do we get this guy going so we all
make money.
We all make money. But I mean, just to give these little deals out like candy to all these people, me including, and then just being like, all right, well, we'll just see who pops off first. And
it's a game of numbers.
It is, man. And yeah, it's just, I guess it is what it is.
Well, the great thing about today is it's never been more advantageous for an artist to release stuff.
So many platforms.
But it's a double-edged sword because with that is there's so much out there getting released all the time.
Good stuff too.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. Like we're not going to hear all the good music that gets made before we die. It's impossible, dude.
It's wild. It really is. And people send me stuff all the time, and I'm like, I can't listen to all of them, because we got stuff going on. So it's like you'll check one out, and you're like, it's good. They're good. I like it, But I'm not like the biggest music fan, if that makes sense.
How so? What do you mean?
I don't listen to a lot of music.
Really?
No. I don't have a Spotify or an Apple or iTunes and stuff like that. I just go to YouTube, and if I need to hear something, it's usually my go-tos. So
what are your go-tos?
I'm on an Ambrosia kick right now.
I don't know Ambrosia.
I guess they're yacht rock.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
I was like, you ever hear this Ambrosia band? They're like, oh yeah, yacht rock. And I was like, oh wow, I like yacht rock. And then Steely Dan stuff, same thing.
Dude, I love Steely Dan.
Yeah, anything that'll just have my brain go, ooh, what was that? Anything like that, I'm pretty much attracted to. But yeah, there's some songs that people send me, and I'm like, man, I've heard that song already by somebody else 40 different ways. So it doesn't fill me up.
Is this other artists, or are they just sending you music in general?
Oh, just music in general. Yeah, if you send me your own stuff, man, I'll listen to it, and depending on how well I know you, I'll give you
determines your level of honesty.
Yeah. But I'm always honest with like, you put this out, awesome.
Yeah.
Because I didn't. I'm not. So
it's hard.
I
dude.
give respect to those people who are constantly just grinding on that game of here's another one, here's another one, here's another one. It's just I just don't have that in my bones, I don't think.
Are you someone who you wait for inspiration to write, or do you try and sit down and be disciplined?
I write every day. Half of it's trash though. Probably more of it's trash. But I need to write every day. If I don't, you'll notice. I'll start getting a little irritable, and I'll be asking, like, can I just step outside for a little bit, 10 minutes, all that. And
yeah.
Because it's important, dude, and it's like my only, avenue to get my shit out. But movies, I love movies. That's like my one thing. I'm like, I could sit here all day and watch movies compared to all day listening to records. There's something about those that just get me every time.
Yeah, I'm a big movie nerd. There's been a lot of great movies that have come out.
What's your favorite movie?
Of all time? Okay, so I can give you some...
Yeah, give me a couple. I don't want to
I'll give you a couple. I mean, The Big Lebowski, Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
Anything Tarantino for the most part.
What'd you think about that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
I think that's his best movie.
Fuck, it was good.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah, that's his best movie.
And a period piece movie that's so like, you're like, I believe this.
They're making a sequel to that.
I heard.
Yeah. It's David Fincher is directing it, and Brad Pitt is coming back to star as Cliff. And And Tarantino also wrote a novelization of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Have you read that?
No, I didn't know you can even buy that.
Yeah, you can buy that. So Tarantino wrote an actual novel to like go with the movie. It came out like a couple of years after, but it's worth it because you kind of like get more into the psychology of the characters, and you find out more about Cliff, and like if he murdered his wife or not, and if like what his background was. He was like a decorated World War II hero. Mm-hmm. So it goes into all of that and like breaks down what he did and all that. Is really fascinating.
Oh, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Okay, I could check that out. Yeah, that was a good one, man. I think I'm a big Good Will Hunting fan.
That is a classic.
It might be the most accurate of the people I knew growing up. So I feel at home with it. I'm like, I know these fucking guys.
Like city people.
Yeah, just city people.
Because you grew up in Chicago?
Yeah, Chicago.
Yeah, and it takes place in Boston, but I feel like a lot of that like hard-nosed work ethic, big city kind of.
Blue collar, almost like small town in a big city. Because everyone just kind of knows their people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a big one for me.
I saw The Odyssey, and Matt Damon was fucking awesome in it.
Dude, he's never not good.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Have you seen The Departed?
Oh, yeah.
That might be my favorite movie of all time. Like, I would add that into the mix. That's definitely my favorite Scorsese movie.
And it's just, it's what a list of actors.
Yeah.
Where you're like, dude, all they were missing was Casey Affleck.
Yeah.
Would have been awesome.
Yeah, it was it's one of my favorites. But the Odyssey was good. I saw it opening weekend, and it was a packed theater, dude. Like Did you
see it on that IMAX?
I didn't see it on IMAX.
Do we have one here?
We do. Okay. Yeah, so we have one of the 70 millimeter IMAX at the Opry Mills. Has one.
Oh, all right.
At that theater. But I went to the AMC in Bellevue, and it was a packed house.
I bet.
I got sat right underneath a speaker though, which I hated, dude. It was so loud. I was like, I need earplugs to sit in this theater. But it was really good. And then I saw the new Spider-Man movie as well. That just came out.
I didn't see that one yet.
It was awesome, dude.
Okay.
Tom Holland's a great Spider-Man. In my opinion, like I like the other Spider-Men, but he's the best one in my opinion.
This is what people have told me. I've only seen the Toby ones.
Yeah.
I loved those though.
Yeah.
James Franco and shit.
Yeah.
Those were awesome, I thought. But who was it? Someone just told me that. Who's the guy that did it in the middle, the middle Spider-Man?
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah. Like he was the most convincing Spider-Man. That's what I've heard. I don't know if that's right though.
He's like emo Spider-Man a little bit. He's a good Spider-Man.
I guess he is the best portrayal of Peter Parker.
I think at that point, yes. I think Tom Holland does it better because Tom Holland, they cast him so young. Like he was 17, his first.
Really?
Yeah, the first time he made an appearance as Spider-Man. So he was super young, and he's in his late 20s now. So he's been Spider-Man for about a decade almost.
Oh wow.
But yeah, it was really good, and John Bernthal was in it as the Punisher. Zendaya, of course, she's MJ in it.
Bernthal's in everything, man.
Dude. Yeah, all of them were in the Odyssey as well.
Yeah. No one's just like, I'll just take that cast.
Yeah. Oh, another thing that I've loved about the Odyssey, Robert Pattinson, dude.
Was he good?
Oh, dude, he was so good. He played like this smarmy little schemer in the movie.
Well, it's almost like an archetype on some level. What's his name? Joaquin Phoenix in The Gladiator.
Totally.
Like that weird little we had a ton of those guys, I feel like, back in the day.
Yeah. I love Robert Pattinson. I'm really excited because he has a movie coming out called Primetime. Have you seen the trailer for this? Mm. He plays Chris Hansen from To Catch a Predator.
Yeah, dude.
It looks good.
It's about time someone made that movie.
Yeah. Well, I'm really interested to see the movie because like Chris Hansen, like Robert Pattinson as Chris Hansen looks amazing. Like it's a pitch perfect impersonation of it. Yeah. But I'm curious to see like how nuanced the movie is because there's a lot of people that push back and basically accuse Chris Hansen of being a bloodthirsty journalist and he's exploiting people. But I'm like, he's exploiting pedophiles.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah. Well, that whole show got canceled because there was a guy who killed himself after
He got exposed?
After he got exposed, and he was like a DA and had a bunch of political connections.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, but again, I'm like, I am not sad if a pedophile killed themselves.
No. Now I'm seeing these videos on like Instagram where they're just finding these people at like grocery stores, like Walmart, and screaming,
well,
a pedophile.
I think that is the bad side, or not necessarily even the bad side, but one of the darker sides of To Catch a Predator. It inspired a bunch of copycats. When To Catch a Predator had like law enforcement there after the first season and all of that.
It was organized.
Yeah, and it's like even if the people didn't get tried and like got their day in court or whatever ended up happening, like they got away with it, they were still exposed as being a predator.
On a syndicated like TV show.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a huge difference.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see. I feel like it's going to become a huge cultural conversation once that movie comes out. I think Chris Hansen is an American hero, in my opinion.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Like, he exposed...
You're fighting the good fight.
Yeah, 100%, dude.
Yeah.
Like, he should get the Presidential Medal of Freedom, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
But that being said, Robert Pattinson looks amazing. There's one line in the trailer that he says that I love where he's talking to one of the people who play, like, the actors and the pedophiles things, because they would hire people, you know, that were over 18, but they looked younger.
Yeah.
To play the kids. Mm-hmm. And he says, your definition of bad and my definition of bad are vastly different. And I love that, dude. Like, it's good writing.
Yeah.
But I'm super interested to see how they portray Chris Hansen, because I hope that it's more gray area and they're not just like, oh, yeah, he's a bloodthirsty journalist. Because it's like, again, even if he is a bloodthirsty journalist, what he did was unbelievably, undeniably good.
Dude, and people take liberty with these stories sometimes, and they totally disregard what we're all, you know, talking about and watching and pissed off about or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And they take it this way, they take it that way. But, yeah, it should just be about, like, this man's catching fucking weirdos.
Yeah, 100%. It's crazy to watch some of those older videos, too, because you watch them, and it's like, oh, I remember this one, you know? Yeah. Like, I remember seeing it on TV when I was a kid.
That's just
And
nuts.
but, yeah, I'm curious to see. I think Robert Pattinson, he's probably going to win all kinds of awards for that movie.
He should.
Because it was instantaneous, everybody talking about that movie online, like how good it looks. So, but I'll reserve my judgment until I see the movie, but I just want to know like how nuanced they get with it.
Yeah, it's a weird thing right now too with just storytelling. You know, I think it's just so important that stories are told, but they've got to be done in a way that's one, like digestible. You know, it's distilled in a way that we're all like, that was good. Like The Odyssey, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But some of these things do need some, you know, I don't know if you'd call it like, we need to confront some of this shit.
Yeah.
And we can't leave those things out.
Yeah.
You know, and just make it about, you know, this guy's doing this shit or whatever. Like it's whatever Chris Hansen's, you know, story is. But I just think it's crazy that you have to second guess, like, what's this movie going to be about? We know what it's about.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. There's some other movies coming out this year that I'm really excited for. I'm super pumped for the Resident Evil movie that's coming out.
I've never seen those.
So the actual Resident Evil series, like the movie series, is not great.
That was like what, early 2000s?
Yeah. It was like when we were kids, those movies came out. But the guy who's doing this new Resident Evil is Zach Krager, who directed Weapons.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you saw Weapons.
The little kids?
Yeah, it was with the little. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what a movie!
Yeah, he's a great director. So I'm excited to see that because like he also said that whenever he was first doing the movie, they're like, you're the first director that's doing this that has played the games and is familiar with them. Because I think video game adaptions are usually never good.
Right.
Because I feel like it's such a hard platform or a hard thing to adapt.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Resident, when I saw the trailer, I'm like, this is anxiety inducing. It looks really good, which is what you want out of a horror movie.
Yeah, and he did that with Weapons.
Yeah.
I was sweating the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, and well, with Weapons too, the thing that they did smart with the marketing for that, you really didn't know what the movie was going to be about.
You're right. I had no idea. Yeah, I think it was like me and my wife, a couple other people. She had to go upstairs. She was like, I can't do this.
Too much for her?
It took a turn.
Yeah.
It took a turn. The old lady came in. She was like, nope. And I was like, I didn't.
There was a couple good jump scares in
I
that
didn't
too.
expect that either.
Yeah, that'll be good. And then they're doing a Clayface movie, like the Batman villain. I don't know if you remember Clayface. He's from the 90s cartoon. But they're making a horror movie just about him.
Oh,
So he's getting his own movie. He plays like a down on his luck actor who gets terribly disfigured and then tries to alter himself to where he can get, like, enters these test trials to where he can get back because he, like, misses being an actor.
Who's playing him?
I can't remember what the guy's name
I feel
is.
like I saw this.
Yeah.
Is there a trailer out already?
Yeah, there's a trailer out already. That comes out, I think, in October. But that's so like a straight up horror movie. So I'm like, this is kind of interesting that they're doing that. And like, I don't. There's a lot of question marks on if James Gunn is gonna keep running the DCEU because Paramount is trying to buy Warner Brothers, and all of the DC properties are part of Warner Brothers. So they're saying he might be out. But James Gunn did that Superman movie that came out last year that was really excellent.
Mm-hmm.
That was my favorite movie from last year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I'm a sucker for a popcorn movie, dude. Like, Superman was good. Spider-Man was good. I mean, The Odyssey is like an event film. Like, there's people that went out to go see The Odyssey where it's like once a year they go out to the theater.
Yeah.
And then went out to that.
Let's go to this one, babe. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I get that. Well, dude, it's so crazy, too, because I think we're getting back into that thing with going out and enjoying ourselves and taking on entertainment outside the house.
Yeah.
You know, and I hope that continues.
It got a little bit weird, I think, just with COVID.
Yeah.
When all of that happened.
Well, even post, like, there's a comfort level we all got used to of like, well, I'll just wait on Amazon.
There's some movies that I feel like are meant to be seen in the theater, though.
Oh, yeah. And just the experience, too. It could be a dumb movie, but if it's, you know, me and four of the friends, I'd rather
it's fun.
go to the movie.
Yeah.
It's fun, you know?
Yeah, I've gone to the theater so much in my life. I'm a huge fan of going to the theater. Like this year, I've already been twice, and I'm at least going 2 more times, at least.
I haven't been in a minute.
Yeah, it's the best, dude. I love going to the theater.
I have to find something that I just got to get the gang going. We got to get there.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah, go see the Odyssey, dude. It's been insane with the Odyssey because those 70 millimeter showings. They have showings at like 3 a.m. and 7 a.m. for people to go see the movie. And people are reselling tickets. They bought them for $50. They're selling them for $300.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, I didn't know you could do that either. But you think of it like a concert ticket.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if it gets people going, I love it. I want the film stuff to keep going, man.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just like with everything, it's so radically shifted because think about how big of a change music has had. Film and TV have also had that big of a change.
Yeah, and even if the Marvel stuff, like that, the deformed face guy, what was it?
Clayface.
I don't mind adaptions and all that, but there's something about original ideas that I do.
Totally.
Love. And that's the only thing I get a little, I'm like, why? Just write something new.
Well, dude, it's like we were talking about.
I'm all for them because it sells, and you need a Rihanna at your label, so then
That's what I was the comparison I was just going to make.
Yeah, the young guy can sit there and like me and just fail.
Yeah. Well, it is very similar to music in the way that, like, we were talking about the Music Row formula and the co-write thing. It's kind of the same thing. It's like they have their Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah, yeah.
Whenever Morgan Wallen releases an album.
Yes.
But every now and then you have a new Chris Stapleton album, and that's like your Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
That's you know what I'm saying?
100%.
Something artistic.
Yes.
I wouldn't classify a lot of the stuff that's released by major labels these days as necessarily artistic. There is some stuff.
Sure.
But for the most part, they're making it for the masses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a weird concept, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're like, how does this go? But yeah, I don't know. The arts they're never gonna leave.
No.
They're just never gonna leave.
It's the human story, man. I mean, that's why we love movies, why we love books, why we love music. And I love a place like McKay's, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You've been to McKay's before, right?
Is that the one you took me to?
Maybe we went there. It's over here. We might have honestly gone there. Well, because you came over to my house one day, right?
No.
Okay. No. So McKay's is over off Old Hickory Boulevard in Bellevue, like down the road from here. And you go in, and it's a warehouse filled with records, CDs, books, and everything is used. They have like old Lego sets, music gear, and people go there and trade it in. So you never know what you're going to find.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, if you've never been, dude, you would love it.
Oh, God. Yeah, I would spend the check right there.
Yeah. Yeah, McKay's is the shit. I strongly recommend going to check it out. It's a Nashville staple.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're getting a lot more staples around here. They're just claiming it to be a staple is what I'm saying.
Well, the things have really shifted. You've been in town, what, 6 years now? 7 years? Yeah. So it was like around COVID you moved.
Right? I guess, no, it's been a lot. Yeah, 19.
So it was pre-COVID.
Yeah, right.
So you were here right when it was like starting to peak a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And, dude, it's a shame because a lot of the Nashville staples are starting to close because the property tax is so high.
Dude, have you been to Wedgwood, Houston recently?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
It's changed a lot, dude.
It's nuts. I used to work right over there, and, I mean, it was like a mom and pop neighborhood. You know?
Totally.
It just had a great location.
Mm-hmm.
And then out of nowhere, it's like every restaurant from Chicago is coming in.
Well, they also are building a venue over there called The Truth. Yeah. Another Live Nation venue. I think that's such a douchey name for a venue, The Truth.
The Truth, yeah, when you're fucking scamming all of us.
Yeah. Exactly, dude.
Yeah,
100%.
The irony is it's heavy.
Well, it's like Live Nation and Ticketmaster are buying up all of these like small venues now too. And it's basically they're buying out the competition. And what's happening is a lot of the mid-level bands are getting forced into smaller places, and then artists that are trying to be up and coming or just trying to do their thing are also getting pushed out. So it's shit rolls it downhill.
Yeah, man. Is that happening here?
Oh,
like
yeah.
With smaller venues?
Yeah, there's been so many places that have closed. But I know, like, Todd from the 5 Spot has talked a lot about that. Like, shout out to the 5 Spot.
Yeah,
it's a great venue.
Any night too.
Yeah,
any night.
And you never know what kind of music you're gonna get.
There could be 4 people in there watching a band, and you're like, "This might be the best band I've heard all year."
Yeah,
that's a great spot. So he is. Yeah, I'd be nervous about that too.
Yeah, it's a shame, man, because like so much of what Nashville is, like it was in the news too. Like Acme Feed and Seed. They were talking about how their property taxes went from like $10,000 a month to $50,000 a month.
Yeah,
dude, that's a huge difference.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Charge a $30 Bud Light?
Yeah, that's what we're getting to, dude.
Yeah, and it's not like the experience is changing; it's the same damn thing.
It's the same thing.
So
yeah,
it's like, what are we doing?
Which is a cool thing.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Good point.
But and people want to experience it. You know, they want to experience Nashville, but it's not. It's just we can't lose the soul of what Nashville is.
No, and it's concerning because eventually it's like, will Broadway just be like, is there gonna be a Starbucks on Broadway one day?
Probably.
Yeah. Which is just wild.
Yeah, it's changed so much, and I think like the celebrity bars and all of that, to a certain degree, it's cool. But the cool place is everybody who lives here. It's like, yeah, if I have to go downtown, I'll go to Robert's Western World, or I'll go to Printer's Alley.
100%.
Where you get a little bit more of the vibe of like locals, and like Robert's is a good example of what Nashville used to be, and like what the soul of Nashville actually is.
Yeah.
I just saw recently, too, that Roberts is putting in a place inside the new Nissan Stadium.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
Which I think is cool. I was like, okay, good. Yeah.
Good for them, yeah.
Because, of course, there's like Tootsies and Honky Tonk Central and Kid
those
Rocks.
are all in the airport too.
Yeah.
You got to make your money, man. I get it. You built a business, but at some point, like the city and these business owners have to figure out a plan because, we'll just be like a little LA or some shit.
That's what it's starting to become, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, and part of me is like, that's what it takes to grow. Mm-hmm. That's just part of growing.
Yeah.
And to what Nashville is growing into. But I think about when I first moved here to now, and I think the core is still the same. Like, as much as people want to talk about, like, Nashville's losing its soul, it still feels like Nashville, dude. It still felt the way it's always felt.
Well, there's also places to go where you're like, it's the same thing I've been doing. I love it. You know, like 5 Points Pizza.
5 Points Pizza is a staple.
I could just go there and get my slice and call it a day.
Dude, I love the meatball and onion slice at 5 Points.
Everything's good there.
Yeah.
They nailed it.
The calzones are great. Everything's good.
They nailed it. It's not Chicago pizza, but I'll eat it.
Yeah. Yeah, I very much love 5 Points. But that's the one thing I will say. Nashville has a great restaurant scene.
There's a ton.
And there's a lot of great local places like 5 Points Pizza, you know? But it's like, if you keep increasing these property taxes, you're going to force these businesses to close their doors. And what happens is corporations move in and they put in their place.
Yeah. What is it? Let Us Entertain You. It's a restaurant company. And
yeah.
They're just moving in restaurants left and right. And it is what it is. But, like, I just saw a list the other day. It was, like, Nashville restaurants you need to try. And, like, the number, like, it was, like, Cane Prime, Bash. It was, like, all these high-end places where it's like, well, yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
Can you find a good hot dog around here?
Dude, that's what I love, like, is the hole-in-the-wall places.
Yeah, that's the stuff that should be, because that's what's going to drive. Like, people want to come here and do Broadway and all that stuff, but every time I talk to somebody, you know, they're like, where should we go? Where should we go? I try and tell them, like, you should check out East.
Yeah.
You know, you should check out this, and because give your money to them.
Yeah, it's the local economy, truly.
Give your money to these people because, you know, as pissed off as the locals might be, it's like, we want these people to make money.
Absolutely.
You know, we can't have them just sitting there, like, thinking, should we change everything and kind of be like downtown? You know?
We shouldn't. Well, like, downtown can be downtown, and it should be.
It's got to be.
Yeah. But it's the local flavor is what makes Nashville so special. And it's the fact that you're going to go there and the owner is going to be there is what makes it special.
Yes, 100%. Yep.
Because
Well, even the bars on Broadway, when people are like, we're going to Aldean's, is he there ever? I'm like, why would he be there?
Yeah.
Why would he be there?
Well, I think with a lot of those celebrity bars, they lease out their name and they have contracts written where it's like once a year or once every other year. Yeah, they do an appearance, exactly.
Yeah, but he ain't hanging out as the owner.
No.
You know, checking on everyone.
No. Kid Rock did when his bar first opened.
Yeah. Kid Rock goes hard.
Yeah, Kid Rock does go hard. I think like a lot of the celebrity bars are just kind of gross for the most part.
It's the same thing.
But I've heard good things about Chiefs, Eric Church's place, because I think before he kind of crossed over and became like a country music superstar, he was playing down on Broadway. The same thing with Luke Combs.
Yeah.
Like I think those are the venues that treat.
Well, they have some respect for it.
Totally, because they play down there. They know what it's like.
Other than just send me the check every month. So I respect that.
And you play a lot, work a lot at the listening room, right?
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about the listening room and what the venue is.
The listening room is, it's like a writer's round for mostly country music, but, you know, you get some other types of artists in there. But yeah, it's all these professional writers, and it's like 250 people come in, have food and drinks, watch a show, hear the stories behind the songs and all that stuff. And it's cool. It's cool. It's like something I never thought I would be like a part of ever, because I'm not like the biggest country guy, but I hear the new songs that are about to come out or the new ones that are on the radio pretty much every day that I work. So it's extremely fascinating to see, like, oh, I wonder if that song is going to go somewhere, or who's going to get that song. Like, that was also the thing I was so surprised about, hearing some of these songs up there, and I was like, what? You wrote that? I thought Tim McGraw wrote that. And I had no idea.
Well, explain what a writer's round is.
So it's going to be like multiple people up there, and you take turns. So I would play a song, tell a story about it. Maybe, we wrote this with a couple friends, and then we pitch it to the publishing company. The company pitches it to the artist. But they'll tell a story and then sing the song, and then it'll just go down the line. And that'll last for about an hour and a half. So after, you really know the ins and outs of, a songwriting career on some level.
And the story behind some of the biggest songs that you know.
Biggest songs. I mean, dude, one time, it was nuts. But this woman's up there. She had everyone plays an instrument and sings songs, and it's only original music, right? And she's got like a karaoke machine, and they're going through the rounds, and you'll probably play, depending on how many people are up there, 5-6 songs, and they skipped her like the first round, and then she played one, and I was like, man, why is she singing? Like everyone there was like, why is she singing off of like a karaoke machine? And no one knew the first song, no one knew, the second song, and then out of nowhere, she closes the show, and we're like, why is she closing the show? Like this was an awkward set,
So she wasn't playing guitar.
She wasn't playing any instrument. And usually if you don't play an instrument, it's fine because you'll have someone accompany you.
Yeah, totally. You have a guitar player up there.
Yeah, you could have a piano player, whatever you want. But
GCD,
baby, stick in that. But I think, this woman, it's the last song, and she's about to close the show, and she starts telling the story. She wrote "Man in the Mirror"
by Michael Jackson.
By Michael, and she told this whole story how Michael never really wanted to do co-writes, and he likes to write his own stuff. And she told this story about Quincy Jones calling him, being like, "This is the one we're gonna do," and he's like, "Well, I'd like to write it," and Quincy's like, "It's perfect, there's not really much we have to do to the song," and the rest is history. And "Man in the Mirror." So she sang that song, and I remember going to one of my buddies and being like, "I just judged her so hard, and she's the shit." She wrote one of my favorite songs of all time. So it's those things happen there too. So it's really cool.
Expect the unexpected.
And you never know in this town. It's just wild. Some of these people you meet, you're talking to them, and you find out. I was talking to a dude. It was he was the lead singer of INXS.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Bow, bow, bow. You know that? Yeah. Sick. But he got up on stage and he starts playing that song, and I was taking care of him at a table the whole time. And after I closed him out, and I'm like, dude, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
That's Nashville for you.
That's Nashville, man. It's crazy. So it's there's so much give and take here, and it's easy to sit here and bitch about everything. It's fun.
It is. Yeah, it's super fun. Well, it's on that point, Mike Fahey, if you just talked to him and met him, you would have no idea his resume, dude. It's ridiculous. And it's
very humble, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won't just let it out.
No, it was you have to cajole him a little bit and get him to talk about it.
You did that greatly.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting there while he's talking, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is great. This is great.
Yeah, Mike Fahey is the shit. Mike Fahey, I love you forever and ever. Never change. Change in ways that you want to. Grow, yes. Grow. But he's so great to work with. It was such a pleasure doing that session with everyone because we did 2 songs. We did Saturday morning, which is more like a James Taylor 70s songwriter vibe. Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah, well, you were the one that told me that. You were like, you're a singer-songwriter. I was like, wow, I've never heard that. Usually people just say you're like a rock musician or whatever some sort of thing. And that kind of honed in everything for me. I was like, okay, I just need the guitar. Because I love producing. I love it. So it just kind of brings you back to the 0 point of I'm a singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. And the way that song turned out was so fucking good. You know what I mean? Just every part. I can't wait until that comes out and sees the light of day. And then we also did another song called Clean It Up.
Clean It Up.
Which That one, I think we took like a lot more liberties with as a band, and we're kind of working through, but we were capturing the epicness of it. Because the way you were playing it and the way you even played it today is very stripped down and stripped back.
Yeah.
But with the band, it sounds huge.
Oh,
it sounds so big.
It's got so much oomph to it. You know what I mean? Like, you can really dig into it. And I love that. I love that. And it's still a singer-songwriter song.
Yeah,
even though you hear it and you're like, oh, who's this band? And it's a band, clearly. There's people playing, but it's, I don't know what it is. I love if it feels right, it's right.
Yeah.
If it feels right, it's right.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Where can people find you at?
Do you want my address?
Your internet address.
Yeah. Ben Masterson on Instagram. And that's it. That's all I have, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
and are you playing anywhere regularly? Like, do you have any gigs or anything like that?
We got one coming up at the Listening Room. If you do check me out, I'll post the date and all that stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, that's like my thing right now is just getting these acoustic songs just really fine-tuned.
Hell yeah. Well, dude, thank you so much for coming on.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Keep on dreaming. See you next week. Here is Clean It Up.
You can tell me off, just don't let me go. You can right me wrong, I don't need the frills. Tell me, what do you want? Oh, is it something I can build? We can try and talk this out. Oh, if you want me still. Well, honey, I know love is tough, but it's all that we've got. Been letting you down, you've been pulling me up from that hole that I dug. Tell me now, am I enough? Hold me while, please hold me while I clean it up. I've worn out my stay, getting left behind. Is it all a race? Have I ever really tried? Oh, I wanna wear that crown for you. Come on, but I'm all messed up. Won't you show me how? How'd you fill your cup? Well, honey, I know love is tough, but it's all that we've got. I've been letting you down, you've been pulling me up from that hole that I dug. Tell me now, am I enough? Hold me while, please hold me while I clean it up, clean it up. Honey, hold me while I clean it up. Oh, hold me while I clean it up. Well, honey, I know love is tough, but it's all that we've got. Letting you down, you've been pulling me
that hold that I dug. Tell me now, am I enough? Hold me while, please hold me while I clean it up. Clean it up. Please hold me while I clean it up. Oh, yeah.